Hello my friends, Dave Alexander here with Forex market preview for the following week, which is gonna start Monday 10th June till the Friday 14th. So let's check with the news, which we some fundamental items which could move the market. So the Monday, Tuesday, there will be the news for the pound, which is actually right now a bit finding the support and getting the strength. So let's see how this is gonna move. Next news is core inflation from the US, which is going to be very, very important, I think. Aussie unemployment rate change. And here will be this Swiss Swiss bank, Swiss central bank meeting, this and press conference. So and the Friday retail sales from the US. So pretty good data which could move the market. However, the next week will be the week from the 17th June till Friday 21 will be much more important. We had the NFP this week, and it's actually the dollar get weaker. We will see that on the charts, and I think this next week will be very important as well for another reason. Okay, let's don't jump too far right now. Let's speak about this. So we're gonna have definitely this will be very important. FOMC next week, and as well here is gonna be the big data for the pound and the JPY monetary policy statement, BOJ conference, and here end of Friday a lot of data from the eurozone, which is this German. It's actually getting even worse in the euro. So a lot of things which could somehow move the market and will be nice to see what is gonna do. So let's go to the charts. Let's quick out of this, and I will go through the markets which I am watching. So let's start with the dollar index as usually. What is happening here right now is pretty something significant because we have absorbed this demand zone on the weekly, and we are right now sitting on this uh, trend line. On the daily chart, we can see that we have the break of this trend line. However, here we still have some demand zones which could move the price higher. On the 4 hours chart, we can see that the trend line. Actually, I have to update this. I'm sorry because it has created new lower low, so the trend line should be actually like this, right? So we have shift to the downtrends already on the 4 hours chart. On the daily it's just the beginning. We will see if it will continue and start to drop even more lower. I do not expect this, but everything could happen. So let's see how this is gonna be played on the US dollar. If we look what is the banks are doing, we can see that they closed pretty big positions of the longs, so they reduced their longs exposure from the 51k, and now they are 39. So we can see that in 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 last 7 weeks they actually reducing their longs positions, but as well they reducing their shorts positions, which means that while they not adding heavily shorts, it means that it's probably the correction while they closing the longs, of course, to move the market down, but they not adding too big shorts because they probably would be interested to buy even more. This is the question, and it's just my speculation. However, what's gonna happen is that in the next 2 weeks we're gonna have, actually it's gonna be in the next week, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 and 1 2 5 6 7, yeah. So next week we're gonna have the dollar index, sorry, um, the dollar contract end. It means that every 13 weeks there is a new contract. So that means that the banks have to close all the positions and they have to reopen them again. And this is the problem. This is where when they use this thing to do a lot of changes in the position. That means that they have to close all longs, they have to close all shorts, both sides, commercials as well, and they have to reopen it again. But what can happen is that they basically can, they can open much less longs and much more shorts, and market could continue down. And it could happen exactly as well the opposite. They can open more longs and more shorts. It's hard to say right now what's gonna happen. However, we have to follow the fundamentals, sentiment and charts. And charts is right now saying that we are getting the shift to the downside. Right now, it's for me not any clear because, as I said, we still have these zones down here. This is still could be, it's one, two, three, third touch, So what could be potential happen next week is that price can come up and it start to move up. Then it's the question what's gonna be happening in this supply. It could start to drop, or it could even continue up. So right now it's a lot of questions in here with this news coming. So I'm staying off this chart right now. Next one is Aussie. Aussie, I'm long-term bearish, of course, because we have the downtrend on the monthly, on the weekly as well. We came into the supply zone, and on the daily chart, yes, we had the break of the trend, and we are right now moving up, sitting in this supply zone, and potentially I expect the price come higher before it starts to drop. This my view is confirmed and supported by the bank's positions. We can see that they closed a bit longs right now last 3 weeks, but they still have pretty heavily bearish. So I'm definitely looking for the shorts on this one. Next one is Euro. Euro is pretty surprising me. Let's look at this. So we can see that we are in the monthly is in the range, but it's moving down. And on the weekly we have actually the break of this trend line. So it's something pretty significant right now. On the daily as well, we can see break of the trend line, new demand zone created. So right now it's a question. We can see that the banks are pretty heavily bearish. However, they reduced their exposure a bit right now. And what could be this happening? It of course could be just stop hunt of the stop losses while they are moving the price into this supply zone, from where we could see maybe the drop. However, it's question, is it gonna happen or not? So right now we have to wait, and I must say that the situation for me is really not clear right now, because we have this break, but here they are bearish, and the fundamentals and the eurozone really doesn't look good for the long. So it's hard to say right now. Next one is the pound. The pound looks like this. We have this weekly drop, and it's still not like the official downtrend. I cannot draw the trend line because of course I have already low and lower low, but I'm sitting in this demand zone. If the price is here, then yes. So on the daily, the price is breaking through this trend line, and it's having here this demand zone for the potential long. So if we get the weak dollar, this could potentially go up. However, if you look to the sentiment of the banks, we can see that they turned to bearish. So we can see that they added a lot of shorts in the last 3-4 weeks, and they're reducing their longs. So it's hard to say if this potentially could be bullish. But what is happening? What I'm expecting that the uh, the Bank of England, they could potentially rise the interest rates. So I think, and the all bad news regarding to the Brexit are already priced in. So we could potentially see this move up after this strong 1 month sell-off. There should be some correction. Let's see, but it's difficult right now. Here it's the kiwi, and the kiwi is we have this weekly downtrend, and I'm waiting what's gonna happen in this weekly supply zone, because if price comes here, that would be nice to short it here. Banks are still pretty heavily bearish. I mean, not so heavily, but they definitely have much bigger, 2 times bigger shorts than longs. So let's see what's gonna happen here. Till now I don't do anything. I'm waiting till the price come to the 764 zone. Next one is a franc, and Swiss franc is at the moment it's dropping pretty hard. We can see that we have actually the break of this trend line on the weekly, and we have absorbed two demand zones. So that means that I should have a trend line here, because it's 2 zones out. So potentially, but this is not like it's strong impulse. There could be something like this. So we already have a downtrend on the daily. We are shifting to the downtrend on the weekly. Monthly, it's breaking through the trend line. So, but if I look to the sentiment of the banks, I can see that they are having, okay, they reduce their longs, but they still not adding any big shorts. So for me, this is, if they not having big shorts, for me it's a correction, and it still could come up, price still could come up from this demand zone. So very hard to say. I mean, this you might look into my preview, and I'm still saying hard to say, but sometimes it's the situations on the markets which we don't understand, so it's better to wait. Similar thing on the USD CAT, we can see as well the reducement in the longs, but the shorts are not any heavily bearish. And what is going on here? We have the weekly uptrend, and we have these 2 zones where definitely down here will be the stop losses. So I think the banks are definitely going to hunt it here. Now is the question if any reaction comes here, because it's a nice zone from where we saw this beautiful breakup, and then this is happening. So the question is okay, if I want to short right now to do this, it's a bit late, because price still could come higher and then short down. If I wanna take long, it's early, because if I will take long, it's could maybe happen, but you will be taking the longs where you put stop loss here, and you put stop loss definitely as same as everyone. So not clear what to do right now. I think the most likely the price will continue to drop, because if it retraces, then they will give a chance to win those people who enter here, and if it retraces here and they will start to short, there will be a better chance to entries, which is not most likely happening. So I think the price will most likely drop like this after the opening. So the banks reducing longs positions, not adding heavily shorts. So I think as you can see, it's happening on the most of the charts. I think it's something just like a bigger correction on the USD. Right now we are looking to the yen chart, and the yen pairs are more clear for me to trade right now than the USD pairs. So what do we see is this nice weekly downtrend, and we have these supply zones created, and on the weekly daily as well. Right now the price is a little bit, ranging, and what I expect is this correction higher from where I want to get a short. If we look to the COT data of the non-commercials, we can see they have reduced longs position almost for the half, and the short positions are still a little bit less cooled off. However, the closing the only longs is enough. If you look into the commercials, they're hedging pretty heavily, so they're expecting the price to come down. So if the price retraces to the 109,416, I will definitely take a short trade. I have a sell limit there waiting, and I'm just waiting the price to come there. Okay, right now let's check. This is the Aussie cat, and we have actually this trade. Okay, let me now check it. This one. So we had actually this trade, and we closed it here. I will be looking might to re-enter again. However, what is for me more possible to happen that the price might could come into this weekly zone, which is probably somewhere here. Let me check this like that, which is here. So I think that we might could see something like this. So what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna put my next sell limit right down here, and I will be happy to take a trade like this, because if I should do it correctly, then actually this supply zone is absorbed, and here was the demand zone, and then yeah, okay, so correct chart should be updated like this, and we still have this broken, and if this trend line is broken, we as well should have fresh demand, and here was the accumulation which caused the break of this trend line. So from here the price could move a bit higher, and what's definitely, if if the market start to drop like this, and the people of course entering the market, and they put stop losses right here, and right now it makes more sense for me, because this is what the banks they do. They mostly switch the momentum just right below the supply zones. It's where they want to trade, so the people start to short, and then boom, then they go for the stop losses, and then they continue with the price down. So let's see, this is the for the Aussie cat. This is the gold. The gold a little bit surprised me. I was long term bearish with the gold. However, we can see this reaction on this trend line was pretty huge. If we check with the data, we can see that the banks somehow they simply added a lot of massive longs positions from 194 to 152, and they closed like 23k shorts. It's a big change. Look at this change from the 85 to 175. It's like what, like 100,000 contract, 90,000 change. It's huge. This is really huge, and it's changing my view from the bearish to the bullish. However, it's now the question what is gonna happen here on the monthly. So that's gonna be a little bit we must a little bit wait right now. For me right now it's too late to enter the long, and as well short it right now. I actually have a short because I entered the short here. I was still bearish until I'm seeing these numbers right now. So I have my short. I have of course the stop loss. In the worst case I will get a stop loss, so one trade will not kill me. And I will be looking for more clear situations later as well. When I see this, this is definitely the demand zone. After this strong impulse is demand zone. However, did it absorb anything? It yes, it created a new high. So let's see with this one. The markets are a little bit unclear right now for me. It's actually and this is the silver as well, a little bit moving higher. So we have a break of this weekly trend line right now, and we have this break in this daily trend line. We can see the banks added the longs positions like 4k longs, and they closed pretty big short. So here is the reason why it moved up. They closed shorts from the 96 to the 84, so it's like 16k change. It's a pretty big change as well, similar like on the gold. So like potentially we could see the move higher. Okay, so and the last one is the US oil. Here is actually not anything surprising. We can see that the price is dropping, and we can see that the banks reducing still their positions from the 630 to the 540. They are a little bit reducing right now the shorts because they took some profits here. And what I'm expecting, if the price retrace, I will definitely take a short. But right now it's as well as I said, it's a little bit late to short, and a little bit and if you buy, you will put stop loss down here as below these zones. It's where a lot of people have a stop losses. So yeah, this is it. So let's look for some other setups which I'm looking for more technical setups. So here is the Aussie franc, and I'm waiting if the price retrace into this supply zone, which is nested with it, which is in confluence with this daily. So from here would be nice to take a short. The next one is Aussie yen as well. I'm waiting for the price to retrace up into this weekly and daily zone from where I want to take a short. This is Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. Very similar situation. It's on the all yen pairs. So I'm waiting in the weekly for the shorts down. So, but it could take a days until it comes here. Yes, Euro JPY as well, the weekly zone as well with confluence with the trend line. So higher here, we could probably see the drop down from these levels if they will be reached. And this is the NZD CAT. Here is the nice level, and it's this weekly. I mean, this is not like a clear supply zone. However, we can see that in this level was the power accumulated which broke through this low, and it's here. So if the price retraces a little bit higher, like 0895 zones, that would be nice to short it. And this is actually basically it. So this is all pairs which and all setups for this week. I know that this trading this market preview wasn't any clear or and not giving any good instructions what to do the next week, but we have couple setups which I will be looking for. And as I said, the markets are not so clear right now at the moment. So it's, if you don't understand what is going on, as I feel myself that I don't clearly understand what is going on here, so I will simply not the trade. So I decided that next week I'm going for to take a holiday and I will take a break for the trading for the next 10 days. So I will be back probably around the 20th June. We are going to the Spain. I will be doing a lot of kite surfing. We will visit the Ibiza with my girlfriend. And then when I am back, I will definitely again um, analyze all the charts and look into it, and I'm really looking forward to it because I decided that this time I will not be looking at the charts at all, and I will take a rest for the 10 days from the trading and anything. And yeah, so I'm looking forward to come back fresh. So next week there is not gonna be the video, and yeah, so see you then, my friends. Trade safe and take